Okay, the next topic, I'm continuing a little bit of talks in a series about Carlos Castaneda and Mexican sorcery. I want to talk to you on this agenda and the next series of talks about petty tyrants and some other topics that will probably come along. I did not get my hair cut, but I did shave off my beard. Let's see. So, what is a petty tyrant? A petty tyrant is someone who is basically a bully, and they might have trapped you in a situation. And the situation they trapped you in is this one. It's called A Demon Box. This book is by Ken Kesey. I don't care about the Ken Kesey. What I want you to look at is Demon Box. Because if you are trapped, the petty tyrants, one or multiples, that's what you're in. You're in the demon box. And from the stories of Don Juan Matus and the Carlos Castaneda material, your job is to bide your time. In other words, you are to wait. You are to learn the habits of your petty tyrant. That's what you're doing. You are experiencing them day after day after day, and you are learning their patterns. You are learning what their beliefs and attitudes are. And after you've got all that information, you continue to bide your time. In other words, if you feel enslaved at a work and you don't have someone else offering you another position, you're going to have to stay where you are, or you can quit and see what happens. But I mean, if they're not offering you a new position while you're employed where you are now, someone else isn't, what makes you think that quitting this job is going to help you get a new employer? I would say only if you plan to move out of the city where you're at. If you're planning to move, then maybe you do want to quit your job, but move. Don't just stay in the same city that wasn't offering you anything. It's time to move along. But if you're going to stay with the petty tyrant, you're going to have to wait until you get a definite change in the weather. In other words, the petty tyrant makes a huge screw up and gets fired by your company. In which case, you might get another petty tyrant, or you might get someone who is better than the old tyrant, or they might let you go because you were part of the old staff under the petty tyrant that was fired. In other words, something else might happen. In the end, though, that's what you're doing. You're biding your time. And the petty tyrant is tyrannical. But this world is full of petty tyrants. And the teachings of Don Juan Matos in the Carlos Castaneda material is that these petty tyrants are doing you a service. What? You're kidding me. This shit boss that I've got is doing me a service? Or this shit husband that I've got is doing me a service, is totally toxic, not the person that I married, turned into a nightmare, doing me a service? According to the teachings of Don Juan Matus, they are. They are teaching you, well, number one, I told you, how to find beliefs and patterns in people. But you can turn around and look at yourself. Once you have, figured out all the patterns of all the people at work around you and all the people in your family, all your friends, what their patterns and attitudes are, you can turn around and look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, I figured all them out. Now it's time to figure me out. So that's part of the service. A part of the service is you're doing a service to the petty tyrant, being you. because they need a petty tyrant person that they tyrannicalize. Yes, they need someone like you in order for them to be a petty tyrant. So, if you're doing service to others or you're playing the game of service to myself, you are doing a service to others, even if they are bullies, because you are someone that they're trying to bully. In the end, with the Carlos Castaneda material, the person who was being bullied by a petty tyrant finally had an opportunity where they could make their escape. They took the opportunity and they did escape. So the point of the matter is, eventually, either the petty tyrant is going to stop being a petty tyrant, or is going to be removed while you stay there, or eventually you will find that some freedom has been offered to you and you jump at the chance. In my own world, what difference does it make? It happened to me. It makes no difference to you. So I just give you the information from the Mexican sorcerer.